Hi, I'm David Milburn, Pastry Chef Coordinator for Howard Community College. I'm here today with Ashlyn, who is one of my students, and she's going to help me today make an apple marzipan galette. So first thing we're going to start with is the dough. I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm putting this in my food processor. Just going to pulse that together. Once that's done, I'm going to put in my butter, which is 1 stick of butter plus 2 tablespoons of very cold butter. Very important that the butter be extra cold. What we're looking for when we're processing this is we're looking for small chunks of cold butter. Those small chunks of cold butter is what's going to give me a flakier crust. All right, so we're just going to pulse this a few times. Now we can add our cold water, which is 1/3 cup of cold water. Turn this on and have the mixer going at the same time that you're pouring the cold water in. Once your dough comes together, you're done. All right, so we're going to take our pie dough, we're going to put it in the plastic wrap. Now I'm going to smash it into a disc. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for about a half hour to 45 minutes, and then it's ready to roll out. So while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and make the filling for our apple galette. So we're starting with 3.5 apples. So we have about a tablespoon of butter we're going to put in there with 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. In this container we have a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, and to that I'm adding about a tablespoon of Applejack. We're just going to let them soak, let the cranberries soak up the Applejack. So we'll leave that set for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so I've had my pie dough in the refrigerator for about a half an hour. I'm going to start from the center and roll out. So we're rolling this out to about 10 to 12 inches. Now this is a very rustic tart, so don't worry about too much if it's not perfectly round. It's okay. Now I'm going to roll out the marzipan. So I have 7 ounces of marzipan. Now this one I don't want to roll quite as large as my dough, because this is going to be on the bottom. So our apples are done. So we're going to go ahead and mix in our cranberries. The apples go in the center. Now you're just going to start folding up your pie dough. Very simple. All right, so we're going to put about a tablespoon of butter on top, and then I'm going to drizzle it with honey. It's going to go in the 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. All right, so now we're going to make a classic caramel sauce, but we're going to put a little twist on it. So we're actually going to put some of the Applejack that we put in the tart, we're actually going to put in our caramel sauce also. We're going to start with 1 pound, 8 ounces of heavy cream. And we're going to go ahead and put that on the stove now. We want this heavy cream to be warm when we add it to the caramel. So in our bowl, we're going to have the corn syrup, which is 10 ounces of corn syrup, and 13 ounces of sugar. We're going to put this on the stove also, and we're going to stir just to dissolve. So once the sugar has dissolved, then we want to stop stirring, and then we're going to wait till it gets a nice golden caramel color. Okay, so my caramel's been on the stove cooking. I'm getting a nice golden caramel color. So what I'm going to do now is to stop that cooking, I'm going to take it off the stove and I'm going to put it right into an ice bath. To this, I'm going to add 2¼ ounces of butter that's been softened. And then we're going to add to this the cream that we have been keeping warm on the stove. Okay, to our sauce, we're just going to add about 2 tablespoons of the Applejack. Let's put this back on the ice bath and we're going to let it cool down so we can use it. Okay, so our galette has come out of the oven. It's nice golden brown. Now to give it a nice little finished touch, I've taken some apple jelly with just a small amount of water and I've melted it in the microwave. And now I'm going to glaze it. And then we can also finish it with some toasted almond slivers. I like to serve the galette warm so that I can have ice cream with it, topped with our caramel sauce. And we can even throw a few dried cranberries on there for decoration. So there's our finished galette. I hope you enjoyed it. Just to give you a little information about the program here at Howard Community College, you can get a degree or certificate. We are an American Culinary Federation certified program, and I would love to see you in my class sometime. Thank you.